Alexander the Great's conquests reshaped the ancient world. At the heart of his military machine was the Hetairoi, his elite companion cavalry. These horsemen were more than just soldiers, they were Alexander's comrades, his closest companions in arms. Drawn from the noble families of Macedon, the Hetairoi were fiercely loyal and exceptionally skilled in battle. Their decisive charges often shattered enemy lines, securing victory for Alexander time and again. The bond between Alexander and his Hetairoi was strong. He shared their dangers and triumphs. He relied on their unwavering support in the face of overwhelming odds. The Hetairoi's role extended beyond the battlefield. They served as Alexander's advisors, confidants, and companions on his long campaigns. Maintaining their morale and fighting spirit was paramount. This meant ensuring they were well-equipped, well-trained, and well-fed. Feeding an army of thousands, especially one on the move across vast distances, presented a significant logistical challenge. Alexander and his generals understood that a well-fed army was a motivated and effective army. Moving an army across continents required meticulous planning and resource management. The sheer scale of supplies needed to sustain thousands of men and their mounts was staggering. Dried foods, such as grains and meats, were essential for their long-lasting nature. These staples formed the backbone of the army's rations. However, relying solely on supplies carried from home was not feasible. The army had to be adept at foraging, supplementing their rations with edible plants and animals found along their route. Water sources were even more critical than food. Soldiers could survive for days without eating, but dehydration could cripple an army within hours. Each soldier needed a significant amount of water daily, and their mounts required even more. This made proximity to rivers, lakes, and oases crucial factors in planning the army's movements. Alexander's generals became experts at identifying and securing water sources. They knew that controlling the water meant controlling the battlefield. The Hetairoi's diet was a reflection of their Macedonian heritage, supplemented by the culinary influences of the lands they conquered. Bread, a staple food throughout the ancient world, was a cornerstone of their meals. Made from wheat, barley, or millet, bread provided essential carbohydrates for energy. Dried meats, preserved through salting, smoking, or drying, offered a concentrated source of protein. These could be eaten as is or incorporated into stews and porridges. Olives, abundant in the Mediterranean region, provided much-needed fats and flavor. Cheese, another portable and durable food, offered additional protein and calcium. Figs, dates, and other fruits, when in season, added variety and sweetness to their diet. Wine, often diluted with water, was the beverage of choice. It provided hydration and a morale boost. As Alexander's campaigns progressed, the army's diet began to incorporate elements of Persian, Greek, and Central Asian cuisines. This culinary fusion reflected the cultural exchange that was a hallmark of Alexander's empire. The logistical operation of feeding Alexander's army relied on a three-pronged approach: supplies from home, foraging, and utilizing local resources. Supplies brought from Macedon, primarily long-lasting staples, played a vital role in the early stages of the campaigns. As the army ventured further from home, foraging became increasingly important. Soldiers were trained to identify edible plants and supplement their rations with whatever the land provided. Local resources acquired through trade, diplomacy, or sometimes requisition were crucial for sustaining the army. Alexander's generals were adept at negotiating with local rulers and populations to secure food, fodder, and water. The success of Alexander's campaigns depended as much on the ingenuity of his logisticians as it did on the bravery of his soldiers. The diverse diet of Alexander the Great's army, particularly the Hetairoi, was more than just a matter of sustenance. It symbolized the cultural blending that was a defining feature of Alexander's empire. As his armies marched across continents, they encountered a kaleidoscope of cultures, each with its own culinary traditions. The incorporation of foreign foods into the soldiers' rations reflected Alexander's vision of a world united under his rule. This culinary fusion mirrored the broader integration of customs, ideas, and peoples within Alexander's vast empire. The Hetairoi, as Alexander's closest companions, were at the forefront of this cultural exchange. Their diet, a blend of Macedonian staples and foreign delicacies, served as a tangible reminder of the interconnectedness of Alexander's world. It was a world where culinary boundaries like geographical borders were meant to be transcended.